Assalamu alaikum. I hope you all are doing fine and keeping yourselves safe and strong. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. I welcome you all to the HHS online class. May Allah enhance our knowledge. This is your maths teacher and today we will study something very interesting. Having said that, let's begin with the recap first of what you've already studied in the last class. So in the last class, we studied about addition of time in hours and minutes. Let's look at an example first. What is 3 hours 25 minutes added with 2 hours and 15 minutes? How do we go about it? First, we write hours on the left hand side and minutes on the right hand side. This is how we make a sum. And then we start solving from the right hand side, that is the minute side. So first of all, we will do 5 plus 5, which is 10. So we write a 0 here and we carry the 1. Then we do 2 plus 1, 3. And when we add the carry, it becomes 4. So now you have 40 minutes. And the hours are left to be added. So 3 plus 2 is 5. So your answer is 5 hours and 40 minutes. Let's have a look at another example now. What is 4 hours 55 minutes plus 3 hours and 30 minutes? This is how we write it down. Hours on the left hand side, minutes on the right hand side. And this is how we make a sum. Start solving from the right hand side. 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. So now you have 85 minutes. And now you add the hours. So 4 plus 3 is 7. So you have 7 hours and 85 minutes. And students, we have already learned this in the last class that whenever the minutes are more than 60, you have to first subtract 60 from the minute side. So the minutes here are 85, which is more than 60. So we will subtract 60 from it and add 1 hour to the left hand side. That is because 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. So that's what you do. You subtract 60 from the minute side and you add 1 to the hour side. As you already know, 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. So 5 minus 0 gives you 5. 8 minus 6 gives you 2. And 7 plus 1 is 8. So your final answer is 8 hours and 25 minutes. Now today we will learn how to subtract time in hours and minutes. We have already learned addition. Today's topic is subtraction. Let's look at example number 1. Hours and minutes. You already know that. Hours on the left hand side, minutes on the right hand side. So it's 3 hours 48 minutes minus 1 hour 22 minutes. So you already know that. We start subtracting from the right hand side, that is the minutes. So 8 minus 2 will give you 6. 4 minus 2 gives you 2. So you have 26 minutes. And now moving on to the hours. 3 minus 1 is 2. So your answer is 2 hours and 26 minutes. Let's look at example number 2. 7 hours 56 minutes minus 2 hours and 14 minutes. 6 minus 4 gives you 2. 5 minus 1 gives you 4. So it's 42 minutes. And moving on to the hours now. 7 minus 2 gives you 5 hours. So it's very simple. 5 hours and 42 minutes. You just need to keep in mind that this is the same as simple subtraction sums as you used to solve earlier. Example number 3. Subtract 4 hours 12 minutes from 9 hours 40 minutes. This is how we write it down. First we write 9 hours and 40 minutes minus 4 hours 12 minutes. We start solving from the right hand side. Now you all can see 0 minus 2 is not possible because you can never subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. So you will borrow from the number 4, you will make it 3 tens and you give it a 1. So now it becomes 10. 10 minus 2 is 8 and 3 minus 1 gives you 2. So now you have 28 minutes and now you move on to solve for hours. So 9 minus 4 gives you 5. So your answer is 5 hours and 28 minutes. That's so easy, students, right? It's the same as simple subtraction. Now we have example number 4. Subtract 6 hours 53 minutes from 7 hours 32 minutes. This is how we write it down. Children, I want you all to be very focused because this is a different example. It's a little different from what we have done in the previous slide, so be focused. Now you all will say we start subtracting from the minute side first. You can see it's 32 minus 53, which is not possible because you already know that it is not possible to subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. That is to say 32 minus 53 is not possible. In this case, whenever we have smaller minutes written on top and a larger number written below, we follow certain steps. We will borrow an hour from the hour side in order to increase the minutes. In this case, we will borrow 1 hour from 7 hours and make it 6 hours. Since we borrowed 1 hour, so when it moves to the minute side, it becomes 60 minutes because you already know 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. I will tell you how we do this. See, I will borrow from our side. So I will cross 7 and make it 6. And because I borrowed 1 hour from the hour side, now I can easily move it to the minute side and make it 60 because 1 hour has 60 minutes. Now I will add 60 minutes to 32 minutes in order to increase the minutes to be able to subtract. 60 minutes added with 32 minutes become 92 minutes. So the first number now becomes 6 hours and 92 minutes. And the number below stays the same, 6 hours and 53 minutes. Now it's simple subtraction that you have learned in the previous slides. 2 minus 3, not possible. So you borrow from the number 9, you make it 8 tens, you give it 1. 12 minus 3 becomes 9, 8 minus 5 becomes 3, and 6 minus 6 is 0. So now your answer is 0 hours and 39 minutes. Now again, there is another example which is similar to the example done in the previous slide. So you have example number 5. 5 hours 18 minutes minus 2 hours 34 minutes. So this is how we write it down. Hours on the left hand side, minutes on the right hand side. Now again you all will notice that 18 minus 34 is not possible because 18 is smaller than 34. So again we have to follow the steps. We will borrow an hour from the hour side in order to increase the minutes, because we cannot subtract 18 from 34, so we have to do something to the number 18 that it increases so that we can subtract it from number 34. So to do that, we will borrow 1 hour from the hour side. As you can see, we cross 5, we make it 4, and because we borrowed an hour from the hour side, we can now add 60 minutes to 18 minutes so that it increases. Now 60 minutes added with 18 minutes becomes 78 minutes, and the first number now becomes 4 hours and 78 minutes, and the second number stays the same, 2 hours and 34 minutes. We don't do anything to the second number. We only change the number written on the top, and that too if it is smaller and you are unable to subtract it. Now you can do the simple subtraction as you have already done. 8 minus 4 is 4. 7 minus 3 is again 4. So now you have 44 minutes. And 4 minus 2 gives you 2. So your answer becomes 2 hours 44 minutes. Let's just quickly go through what you have learned today. Subtraction of time in hours and minutes is the same as addition of time in hours and minutes. We always start subtracting from the right hand side, that is the minutes, and keep moving towards the left hand side, that is the hours. This is very important. Do not forget this. Whether it's addition, whether it's subtraction, you will always start adding or subtracting both from the right hand side, that is the minute side, and keep moving to the left hand side, that is the hour side. If minutes are smaller and we are unable to subtract, then we have to follow these 3 simple steps. Step 1, you will borrow an hour from the hour side and change it to 60 minutes, because 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes. Step number 2, add 60 minutes to the minutes written on the top right hand side. Step 3, subtract the minutes and hours. Step 3 is the simplest of all. You simply do the subtraction that you've always been doing. Before the session is wrapped up, let's look at your home assignment. You have to attempt the attached MCQs in Google form. These MCQs are related to what you have studied today about subtraction of time in hours and minutes, the simple subtraction that you do beginning from the minute side and moving on to the hour side, and the steps that you need to follow when the minutes written on top are smaller than the minutes written down below, and when you need to borrow from the hour side. I hope this session was helpful, students. Have a nice day. Take care. Allah Hafiz.